in downtown Sydney, I thought I'd give you an image or a couple of images where I've changed the color. From time to time, there's a reason for changing colors. You want to see the particular image but in a different color, or a different part of the image in a different color. So the first one I'm going to do is bring a picture in of a young lady who I was fortunate to shoot last year. A portrait shoot, in fact it was a model shoot, and it was good fun. So what I'm going to try and do is change the color of her eyes. So at the moment you can see she's got blue eyes. Let's give her green eyes just to be different. Of course this could apply to anything, but just start with the eyes and we'll work around some other images. Here we go. So first and foremost, as always, I'll duplicate the image. Now you can do that by Control or Command J, or just simply click on here and click on right click and tell it to duplicate layer, whichever way around you want to do it, but this is how I normally do it. I then will use the thing down here. Now this is a tricky one. There's the second button up from the bottom is a thing called Edit with Quick Mask. So I'm going to put the quick mask on. Now when you do that, what actually happens is the system's ready for you to record a mask. So effectively what you need to do is paint in where you want the mask to be. So I'm going to use the paintbrush, and if I click on that, you'll see it goes red. I just wanted to test it. I'm going to reduce the size of the brush a little bit, and I'm wanting to cover the whole of the eye. I don't care about going out over a little bit because I'm going to take that out, but that's more or less it. And then a little bit bigger for this one. And again, like I said, I don't care about the edges too much because we'll sort that out afterwards as well. So a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller. There we go. All right. So now I've got what we call a mask, or the starting of a quick mask on here. What I do is click the quick mask, and you can see it's given a selection, but the selection it's actually given is a selection of outside of this. So in other words, it's not selecting the eyes, it's selecting everything except for the eyes. So if I come to select inverse, now it's just on the eyes only. Now how you can tell this is that when it's on the whole thing, which it was a minute ago, you've got the marching ants going around the screen here. So you want that obviously to be in and just on the eyes, because that's the only thing we're working on. So if I then line that up nicely, which is what I've just done now. So I want to work on getting rid of the rest of it. Now as it's a selection tool like any other, you can add to a selection, but you can also of course take away. So I've got this on subtract, which is what this one is here. If you look on the top list, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit to about there, and I want to subtract to the right of this. So here we go. So I'm just using the mouse to go around, doesn't matter about up there, and that's taken up. So that's just selected the eye on its own, which is what I wanted to do. I'll select move across now. Got a little bit more work to do here. Zoom back a bit, and something like that. And again, I don't care about out here. And there's a bit here I wouldn't mind keeping in actually, but it's not there, so I'm going to sort that out. Here we go. So that's subtracting, and then there's addition, because like I said, I just spotted a piece here which I didn't have on before. So I'm just going to come in here and add that. Okay, so if we roll out, you can see both eyes are now selected. Okay, so here's where the magic happens. So you come down to your adjustable layers, click on hue and saturation in the adjustable layers, and you get this box. Now don't worry about the selection going, it's not actually gone, it's just hiding. Then the important bit is this clicks colorize. Now when you click colorize, as you can see, it's changed the color instantly, and as I'm looking for green, I just go to the hue color here of green. I'm not sure which green I want, something like that maybe. Hold on, let's have a look. Yeah, something like that, and probably tame it down a bit. And come back a little bit. And of course it's on its own layer, so we can change opacity and stuff like that as well, of course. And that is about it. Yep, that's it. And now all I need to do, like I said, is just change the opacity, So that takes it out totally, and maybe I just want to introduce the green a little bit. How about there? There you go. So that is how you change a color from a blue eye. So let me just group these two together. Let's Control G after you've highlighted them both, and you can see there she is with her blue eyes, there she is with green eyes. So that's how you do eyes. Hope this makes sense to you. I'm going to now do another image. I'm going to bring another one in. Hold on. Recent and city image. So this was taken downtown Sydney also. And what I wanted to do is, this is of a foyer of a building down there. And what I wanted to do is change the color of this red and put it into the green, go green again, or it can be any color, but let's just say green for the moment. So there's a couple of different ways of doing this. What I would normally do is obviously bring my image to as big as I can see it. I'll then go, in this particular case, go to select color range. Now this is really handy if you've got a color that's going right the way through the object, and what it basically does will pick up that color range. So if I ask it to just pick up what's here, I can ask it to save a little bit more. That's going to be too much, so let's just go back to here and I'll do that manually. There we go. Alright, so that's done that, and you can change how fuzzy you want it. That's what it's picking up and what it's not, and say OK. So once you say OK to that, as you can see, it's put on a selection. Now like before, what I can obviously do is come back in and add to that selection, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the polygonal tool. I've got the add selected here, and I'm going to come in here and then add to it. And always go back to where you started. There you go. So that piece is done, and then there's a little bit up here. That's done. I'm happy with the rest of that. So now that piece is what's selected. So once again, if I want to now find out what the color is, adjustable, and again it's hidden it, but it's okay, that's all right. Take to colorize, and now I'm looking for green. So I'm looking for green similar to the lampshade. There we go. And as you can see, it's done quite a nice little job of that. And you can go to the blues, of course, or you can come back to the green, which is what I wanted to, or go red, which is where it started. So let's change it up. Right, so there you go. There's another use of it. So if you're looking for something that you need to change the color of, that's two ways of doing it. Basically, you can use, I'll just recap it. You can come back to the first image where you just simply use the quick mask, circles around it, make sure you've selected the mask properly, so therefore you make sure the selection's correct, and then all you need to do, the secret tool is the hue and saturation, which is part of the adjustable layers down here. Make sure you click on colorize when you're there, and once you've clicked on colorize, that will give you the right to then move the colors around the place, and it will keep all the textures in the image. Hope this all made sense. Hope it works for you. See you soon.